And welcome in to Press Box Live on this Monday baseball chat with Stan the Fan of Press Box, PressBoxOnline.com, and Luke Jackson, managing editor of Press Box, PressBoxOnline.com, busily getting ready with our new issue that comes out, April 15th, 16th?
April 15th.
All right.
It's a Wednesday, so who knows? It might be here on Tuesday.
Quite possible. And with us every time we do one of these shows, brought to you by the Costas Inn and Warnken Law, 443 results. If you've been injured in an accident around Baltimore, you want to bring out the big guns, the big bats, and that's Warnken Law, 443 results, or go to Warnken, WARNKEN, warnkenlaw.com for the best representation. They'll get the results that you want to get, deserve to get. Ross Grimsley is with us, the old left-hander. That's the guy that's saluting all of us. Guys, 3-6 for the Orioles. Are we ready to panic yet, Ross?
Not a chance. It's way early. I mean,
We'll wait till the sweep takes place in Chicago.
Oh gosh, hopefully not. I mean, like you said, they're hot. They won three in a row from
They just beat Toronto 3 in a row.
They were getting.
How about this, guys? We're talking about the Orioles here. Boston went 1-5 this week. Toronto went 1-5 this week, and the Orioles went 1-5. I had all three of them in my top 9 in week 1. None of them.
Whoops.
None of them. Is Boston in the top? Boston, no, is number 12. Toronto 14. The Orioles 16. Any panic, Ross? I know you.
No, not yet. You get it's what 9 games in. I mean, one of the pitching is a concern with some of the things that are going on with the bullpen. Outfield defense. Just doing some things that you would think.
Let me play not devil's advocate. Bullpen is all you're concerned about with pitching?
Oh no! I mean,
the only quality starts they have two quality starts from Trevor Rogers. Was Boz's quality start?
I think he was 5 2/3 the last time.
Yeah,
he's pretty good.
Yeah. But they're the only 2 starters that are really doing anything right now. And like I said, when the season started, I said, you get 3 starters hot that can give you some, keep you in a game for 6 innings or more. You got a chance of winning some games. And they only have 2 going now. And you got one that is on the shelf in Eflin. So, and the bullpen, I think they need another left-hander big time.
Well, Enns is now on the IL.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's on the IL too.
Well, they're dropping.
I know of a left-hander with some background in Baltimore who could perhaps help out. Maybe be a bulk lefty type, crafty.
War number 48.
War number 48.
Yeah.
He's tan, rested, and ready.
Oh yeah.
Hasn't run in a while.
hey, all kidding aside, forget the bullpen for a sec. The strength was the starting pitching. A week ago, it was deep enough, for 10 days ago, that they optioned Dean Kramer in this shocking maneuver that they shockingly sent him out. But how concerned are you that the Chris Bassett 1-year experiment is just another version of Charlie Morton, Ross?
That is, watch. You really. He
looks absolutely horrible.
Oh, really? And the fact that he's not a power guy and he's not able to consistently hit a spot, and then he gets a ground ball back to him and he hurries and throws crazy. Yeah, guys, your veteran guys don't do that. Yeah. You're not supposed to do that. Your center fielder throws to the wrong base. That's a 6-year guy. Traverse, he throws to the wrong base. It's a lot of simple stuff. They seem to be trying to do much more than they have to do, or much more than they're capable of doing. and with just some of just be smart about your playing, and they've even mentioned that. But these are things that you gotta do just instinctively. I mean, you know what you have to do. Keep the runner at first base, keep the double play, and pitching wise, get ahead. You know, when they get ahead, I was looking at this. When they get ahead in the count, I think two strikes on a hitter, they're hitting the other team's hitting a buck 88. When they're behind, they're hitting 288. So one of the things, watch it, and I've watched several of the games, this year, and they'll make a pitch, then they'll get two strikes on it, and invariably they'll go to 2-2, 3-2. They do not repeat a pitch. It's almost like, well, I'm 0-2, I got to throw a ball. How did you get to 0-2? And a lot of times, just throw the same pitch for the second strike, throw it again.
Luke,
Be aggressive, and they're not aggressive. They're tentative. They're pitching around the plate when they get ahead instead of trying to make, balls that look like strikes. You
Luke,
know,
if
that,
Luke, if I had said to you, we're 10 days into the season and we'd see Cade Povich for 5 innings and
Mhm.
actually look pretty good. Uh, but again, I could have looked pretty good compared to Chris Bassett yesterday. Uh, but him, and then on Monday, the next day, we'd see the return of Brandon Young. I would be sounding a little bit of an alarm.
Yeah, that would be alarming. Yes. Now, apparently, Brandon Young looked pretty good in his first AAA start of the year. So there's
Okay.
that.
Okay.
And we have seen him have two starts of success last year at the major league level. So there's also that. So uh, the result could be good tonight, or it could not be good. Uh, um, but to Ross's point that, yeah, I mean, they've been sloppy fundamentally, and we knew that the defense wasn't going to be great this year, at least to start the year, because they've got two or three guys who are out of position, and that's what we've seen. And I mean, their defense to me played a large hand in losing that game on Saturday. They've got two PFP drills that they don't execute, right, Ross?
yeah,
And
that's unbelievable. Yeah.
Mayo's got two ground balls hit his way that he doesn't get outs on. And it seemed to me that the last line drive over Beaver's head of the game seemed like that was pretty catchable, that he sort of lost uh, going back. So, yeah, it hasn't been great defensively. It hasn't been great fundamentally. Some fans are wondering, well, why wasn't this addressed in spring training? I'm sure it was addressed to some extent in spring training. I just don't know if a lot of the guys, especially that they brought up through their system, have great baseball instincts defensively or fundamentally.
Am
And
I am I
and
Go ahead, Luke. Go
and
ahead.
I think that that's something that just, maybe they missed in the scouting process. I don't know. Maybe they don't have enough eyeballs, actual eyeballs on those guys before they take them in the draft.
Baseball eyeballs.
Baseball eyeballs on them before I don't know. That's just a pattern that I'm seeing, that a lot of these guys that they have a lot of physical tools, but they don't have a great feel for the game, is
How
a pattern that I'm detecting.
how much now? I know it would have created a whole different problem. It probably would have resulted in Kobe Mayo being in Norfolk. But how much is the Jordan Westberg injury really biting them in the ass? Ross?
Oh,
Yeah,
huge.
I,
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead, Ross.
Right.
I think it's huge. I think he's a tremendous player. When he's in the game and in the lineup, they're a different lineup. For
Mhm.
whatever reason that is, he just does something offensively and defensively. And Holiday gets back. I think that's going to be some help. But having Westberg not in there is really, that's somebody they depended
100%
on.
agree.
Oh, I mean,
He's a grinder at the plate.
yes.
He's a grinder in the field. He can cover you at two different spots. And Brandon wouldn't tell you, Stan. Maybe you asked him off the record. I don't know, but I have a feeling that Jordan was one of his favorites.
Oh,
And
no question.
to me, like, Brandon probably saw him as the kind of guy who could have fit in on those Chicago Cubs teams that he
Yeah.
was a part of, that did some really good things, like that Ben Zobrist type. Like, I think that's what Brandon saw in him, and he just hasn't been on the field, and it's a shame.
Yeah.
And
He leads by
they haven't been
example.
able to replace him.
He
They
leads
just
by
haven't.
example. He don't say a whole lot. It doesn't seem like it, but he
That
just brings a different vibe. to the team when he's in
And
the
we were
lineup.
talking about, or I was talking about, a lot of these guys that don't seem to have a great feel for the game. That kid has a great feel for the game.
Big-
Unfortunately, his body has let him down.
Yeah.
It looks like the best fielder on this team, and I'm even including Gunnar. Now, Gunnar's a tremendous athlete, and I'm not saying he can't play shortstop, but he's now uh, routinely erratic enough. But the best fielder I think they have on this infield defense is Blaze Alexander.
No, that's
Yep.
right. That's
And
right.
and
I
I
mean,
was I
go
was
ahead.
rather stunned, Ross. I wanted your opinion. On Saturday, you got a 1-run lead in the eighth inning. Kobe Mayo, who by the way is back again, he looks much more comfortable, much more not overwhelmed. But the results are he's hitting 150 right now. And
Right.
he just batted to end the seventh, the top of the eighth. So he's not going to bat coming around again. Why not put Blaze Alexander, move him from second to third, and put Jeremiah Jackson in at second base?
I think they've done that.
Well, they didn't do it Saturday, and it
Right.
cost
Well,
them.
they haven't had the same lineup
Yeah.
back-to-back days, which is mind-blowing to me.
Yeah.
You just move guys around, and something was mentioned. They want guys to be able to play all the positions, which I think hurts a guy that's a regular shortstop or second baseman, and he's playing third, short, second. Sometimes it takes away from what you do at your best position. To me, that only makes sense, but you see it all the time. But
Tonight's lineup, by the way, tonight's lineup is Taylor Ward, Henderson, Alonso, Rutschman, O'Neill, and Wright, Mountcastle as the designated hitter, Hauser in center, Mayo at third, and Jackson at second base. That's the lineup against
yeah,
Brandon Young against Grant Taylor, who must be an opener, right, Luke?
I don't know.
Grant Taylor's a relief pitcher,
Then
so
he's an opener, I guess.
he's an opener.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they
Um,
got a 619 earned run average. They give up some runs, but they've pitched pretty well the last three games against Toronto.
By the way, just so all of you folks here in Baltimore know, Luke just notified me that due to weather concerns tomorrow about the frigid temperatures in Chicago, tomorrow's game is no longer a night game. It's a 3:10 start. So tomorrow's 3:10, Wednesday is 2:10, I believe. Tonight is 7:40. Brandon Young against Grant Taylor. Um, Let me ask you, Ross, much was made of a lot has been made, David Rubenstein, and then it's echoed by Mike Elias that ownership has been very forthcoming with, hey, you can spend not Dodgers crazy, but we've got the money to fund this team properly. And all winter long, we thought that the Orioles were the perceived front runner for Framber Valdez, and the contract didn't end up being anything like in the 200 million range. It was 115 million for 3 years, 38 million a year. Instead, they spent 10 on Eflin, 18 and a half on Bassett, and Framber Valdez has got like a 0.7 ERA with the Tigers for 13 innings. Distressing now that you didn't go the extra mile and sign a top tier pitcher instead of two lesser
Really?
guys. And I'm not knocking Eflin, he's hurt, but
Yeah.
but
But
Bassett, it's not like Bassett was coming off a terrific year last year.
no, he's a guy that's he's not an overpowering guy. And when you're not throwing strikes and you're overpowering and you're not overpowering, you got to be really good with your off speed pitch, and you better locate. And he ain't doing either one of them.
Yeah.
But getting to your point about signing, you thought they would sign at least one a quality guy. I mean, really a quality guy
Well, the
that,
two guys that they were rumored to be in on were Valdez and Suarez is getting beat around in the American League so far too, Luke, right?
yeah. Well, I mean, you got, I, I think they rely so much on the analytical end of stuff because they got just as many analytical people as they do coaches. And 20 something, I guess, or whatever the hell they got. It's mind boggling, but I think you need some baseball people out there, with eyes on some quality guys. And, that is at an age where you can have them for several years. I don't know who those guys are right offhand, but I tell you what, you need those instead of getting 10 middle of the road guys, and a few of those are in their late 30s. So that makes no sense to me, especially when you get a hitter that's one of the top home run hitters that is not hitting any home runs now, but there's several. The Orioles have 6 home runs. That's 3 from the bottom of the league, the total of the Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
But I would have hoped that they would have got some quality pitching from some top tier guys, and that
Luke,
didn't happen.
Luke, and then we'll take a break, but we were all reasonably excited about the additions of Boz, bringing back Eflin if he was going to be healthy.
Mhm.
And I'll be the first to say I didn't have big doubts that Bassett would be a
Right,
serviceable guy
right.
for us. But it was surprising that they didn't come away with a front end pitcher, especially in light of the fact that Bradish was still, I think we were all optimistic he was going to hit the ground running this year, but he's not a long term extended guy. Rogers, they didn't extend or haven't to this point. So there's nobody here that's here long except Boz now.
Right.
I
Yeah.
mean,
And I think they were clearly
does hindsight say they made a mistake?
sure.
Yeah,
And I think they were trying for that top of the rotation guy. And to be fair to them, like I didn't have any real, I don't know what the term is. Like I didn't hate the Bassett signing at all. He was pretty good for Toronto
yeah,
last year, and he pitched innings for them in the World Series.
yeah.
And like, I mean, he has pitched 30 plus starts pretty much every year of his career. So that seemed like a lot of what the doctor ordered, and it just doesn't look good so far. And I like the Boz signing, and the Boz trade, and then signing him. I like that. And then I liked cashing out on Grayson Rodriguez. I like a lot of what they
Yeah,
did.
I like that.
And with Eflin, that was always a little bit of a wild card because he really hasn't been all that healthy throughout his career. But the real shame of it is that he looked great in the spring, so much so that he pushed Dean Kramer to Norfolk,
Yeah,
which I don't think was the plan heading into spring. But he forced his way in the rotation, and then prior to getting hurt in his lone start, looked really good. He was
you,
missing a lot of bats, and
you know
that's what they
what's
need in
that?
this rotation. They need some bat missers, and it's just as
Yeah,
just and the Eflin injury really hurts. It
it
does.
really
I mean,
does.
it really hurts.
It takes away all the depth. The
Yeah,
combination of the way Bassett is pitching and Eflin's injury takes away all the perceived depth that we thought we
correct,
had. Yeah,
correct.
yeah. Um, a a quick question with I lost my train of thought there for a second. Uh, you and I have kicked this around off air quite a bit, and we've talked about it a little bit on the air. Again, these are things are in retrospect. Mountcastle through 10 games has 5 at bats.
Hmm.
He's playing tonight.
Yep,
We heard all winter long, once they signed Alonso, when they signed Mountcastle before Alonso
right,
was brought in, how are they going to fit him and Mayo in? Then they
right.
bring Alonso in, and there's all this talk about we love him against left-handed pitching. We love the guy. We still think he's really a very good hitter. And you've given him 5 at bats. Doesn't that belie what you said all winter long?
To some extent, yeah. I mean, and that $7 million that you're paying, I'm certainly would be
Would
better
look a lot
spent at this
better in the
point.
bullpen.
Probably,
Or
especially
take away Eflin and Bassett, and that 7 million added to those salaries, you got yourself Framber Valdez.
that's about $35 million right there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so, yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about something positive. Can I get thumbs up, Luke?
Always.
Thumbs
All
are up.
right.
Thumbs are up for Crabs.
Ross, why don't you talk about the Costa Sin for me?
Oh, Ross loves the Costas in.
Oh, gee, both places. What can you say? I mean, the Crabs are. I missed that so bad. We're going to be up in June for Kenny
We're
Singleton's
there.
School
We're
Kids
going
Golf.
there. We're
We're
going there.
going there. We're going to be there at the Crabs, and if not, we'll go to the other place and get pork chops. The other one at Timonium Fairgrounds. But yeah,
Yep.
it's the people are great. The food is fantastic. The crabs are to die for. Uh, Crab cakes, outstanding, and the steaks, they're, I mean, one of the best in the city, I think. And that the people are just tremendous. Love them all, but they have, they just,
Great
and,
family atmosphere.
it's fantastic. Got the TVs. You can watch any sport you want. You can
Yep.
even go over to the bar and get karaoke, and you want to. You can sing some. So,
And if you're really desperate, you can talk to Nick Triantafyllos.
oh, that's great. And
Yeah.
I got. Have you been back and seen the gun collection?
No, I haven't.
Oh
seen
yeah.
it. Is that
Gonna tr-
Is that Costas's gun collection?
yes, yes,
Okay.
fantastic. But again, it's a fantastic place. Great food. I
Nothing
love it.
goes better with crabs than guns, right?
Guns, and beer.
You can use them to crack the crabs, right? Is that what they use them for?
And after
Anyway,
dinner sambuca.
Anyway, the Costas Inn, 4100 North Point Boulevard. That's the original classic location. And then the new location, Timonium. They're open for lunch and dinner at both locations. A lot of signage now at the new location. Big sign on Timonium Road where you enter the Maryland Fairgrounds that lets you know where the Costas Inn is. Lunch and dinner. Tell them the guys give them 6 thumbs up, and that's why you came. Okay.
They got a food truck, don't they?
What's that?
They have a
They
food
got a
truck.
food truck too. Yeah, they
Yeah,
got a food truck.
Yeah.
All right. Orioles in Chicago for 3. They're going to try and turn things around starting tonight. Brandon Young on the hill against an opener for the White Sox, Grant Taylor. Old friend Austin Hayes, not hitting for average, but doing a little bit of damage. I think that's a good
He'll hit a
spot.
home run this series.
Yeah. Watching O'Hearn. Watching
Oh,
O'Hearn
God.
hurt a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
Well, I texted Stan while that was going on. I was like, boy, he's exactly who the Pirates needed. He
Yeah.
didn't
Yeah.
break the
Perfect
bank
fit.
for their cheap ownership group, but exactly what they needed in the middle of the lineup, like a professional hitter.
They're gonna have a fun. They're gonna have a fun season up there in Pittsburgh.
They got some pretty good talent too.
Yeah.
They had good arms last year, and
Yep.
they just couldn't hit. And
Yep.
they brought in Ozuna too. He hasn't done a whole lot, but Lau's been good, and O'Hearn's
Lau
been
and
good.
O'Hearn have been terrific. Um, Luke, any concerns so far? We watched Sammy Basayo not get the what's it called, the golden sombrero. He got the bronze, the pewter sombrero. 4 strikeouts yesterday, hitting about $150, I think, right
Yeah, it's
now.
not great, Stan.
No. Is he overmatched right now at the major league level, Luke, or is
Well,
it?
I think like a lot of their young hitters, the book on him is don't throw him a lot of fastballs. And that's the case with Gunnar. That's the case
Yeah.
with Hauser.
Bowser?
And that certainly is the case with Basayo as well. And those guys got to make adjustments. And Ross, if you're facing those guys, I'm sure you wouldn't throw them a lot of fastballs, right? You would probably throw a lot of
You're gonna
changeups,
get
splits,
a lot of
breaking
young,
balls, right?
You're gonna get a fastball up here that they're gonna swing at, and it's just a matter of making sure it's there because they'll miss it or pop it straight up. But they can be, they're so pitch adable, if that's a word. You got, yeah.
They're
I mean, they're
very
so.
I think the English term for that would be, or if English phrase for that would be easy to pitch to, is what
Yeah,
you're looking for.
well, just make your pitch, but but they got definite challenges with the off-speed pitches, and then they chase the fastball up, which most hitters in this baseball now do. But yeah, they you wish that the Oriole pitchers, would pitch the way they pitch to the Oriole. How did I mean that?
You mean you wish
You
the
wish
Oriole pitchers could pitch
would
to the
pitch the way the other
opposition?
pitchers pitch
Yeah,
against the Oriole hitters.
yeah.
That's what I meant.
Um,
But
This 3-6 start has us a little loopy. I'm sorry to our
yeah,
viewers.
yeah, no question about it. Guys, one player I think is in real danger of starting to lose playing time. He's back in the lineup tonight, batting seventh in center field, Colton Cal. Uh, I think his at bat on Saturday was the key at bat in the game. The Orioles had just scored 2 runs. They had the bases. Was it the bases loaded, Luke? All he needed was a sac fly
Right, the
to
bases loaded,
extend the
one out.
lead.
They
And
really, I mean, they threw him nothing but splitters, pick one
he
out,
struck
hit one to
out.
an outfielder. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. Or did he pop out or
Oh, he struck out.
he struck out? Right.
Yeah, he
That's
got a
all he
splitter.
needed
He
to
swung
do
and
was
missed. Yeah.
hit a fly ball. Um, is he in danger, Ross, of losing some playing time to Leody Taveras?
I think you got to give some of these guys an opportunity. It's 9 games into the season. It's the wrong time to panic and start. Let these guys play, get their feet on the ground. The idea, you don't want to fall too far behind early, but I mean, you got to give the guys the opportunity to play and get settled down and get to doing what some of these guys can do. It's just a matter of doing it. And I think they're putting a lot of pressure on themselves. They're trying to do too much pitching, hitting, fielding.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things now, and you just got to bite the bullet, fight through it. Because I tell you, you can see a lot when guys struggle, how they handle. Some of these guys haven't struggled. This is a brand new thing for them. And the other thing, you got to hope you got some people there that can help them and know the right things to say and do. Now, Alonzo, some of your veteran players know that. And now you got, again, you got what, 15 coaches. You got 3 or 4 catching guys. That is never good to have so many, because you're getting a different. Believe me, I've seen it happen. I know, just with two of the hitting coaches, 2 pitching coaches. You can't, or a pitching coach and a bullpen coach as a pitcher. These guys are going to go to you. You better hope you hear the same thing from each coach, because if you don't, the guy's going to be totally confused, and it's just going to set them back. Seen it happen 100 times.
They've got the White Sox for 3 on the road, and it's going to be brutal weather there in Chicago, which it will be for the White Sox too. They got the Giants, who are 3-7 when they come home, and then they've got Arizona, which I think is a ball club trending a little bit downward. These next 9 games, it would really be nice to see them go at least 6-3 to get back to 500.
Yeah, you got the pitching, the pitching with the cold weather. The pitchers got to love this because the hitters hate it. So if they can use that as a plus for them and use it to their advantage instead of going, oh God, it's so cold, I can't pitch in this. Bull crap. That's going to help you out. The hitters don't want to do this. They don't want to swing the bat.
What did you say? You said it's going to be what? Bull crap?
Bull crap. I would have said something else, but we might have some family people listening.
Luke, you have
Did you like pitching in cold weather?
That's the reason I went to Montreal.
Oh.
Well, one of the reasons.
I thought you went for the French women, the French Canadian.
Already got one.
Oh, you got one. Bird is French Canadian?
Well, she can be whatever I want her to be.
Okay. All right. That sounds good.
Yeah.
That sounds old fashioned. Luke, you happy? You happy if they go 6-3 the next 9?
Yeah, that would be good to get back to 500. Yeah, that's I think that's a reasonable goal.
All right.
They got to stop kicking the ball around to get there, but
yeah. I think that'll get better. I think that'll get the weather warms up, things get moving. I think if they just keep their head to the grindstone and play, just make the basic plays, basic pitches.
Ross, the all kidding aside, though, one of the things Luke and I look to is how a team, and this is one of the things I really appreciated about Brandon Hyde, was that his teams played pretty good defense. You had Hayes, you had Mullins, the outfield, there wasn't great talent, but they didn't beat themselves in a lot of ways that I'm watching right now. Is this team capable of playing better defense with the players it has right now on the field?
That's with the two outfielders, O'Neill and Ward, you just got to make the plays you have to make.
Yeah.
Throw the ball, hit the cutoff man. When I heard a statement from uh, outstanding outfielder, he said, "If you think you'll throw a runner out, you won't. If you know you throw him out, you might." So yeah, why try to, just make good throws. Don't try to overdo it, and just know the situation. I don't think a lot of times the guys are aware of what they're going to do if the ball's hit to me. That's one of the first things you learn. With the situation here, if the ball's hit to me, this is what I'm going to do.
I mean,
You
that
know,
play that Osuna hit the ball, and we all know, all three of us, that Osuna is one of the slowest runners in baseball at this point. And Mayo had so much time on that play and tried to rush it
yeah,
instead
no,
of just being sure-handed. All right, that's going to do it for today. Again, Luke let us know right before we went on with the show tonight that tomorrow night's game has been moved from 7:40 to 3:10. So you got 7:40 tonight on Masson, 3:10 tomorrow on Masson, and 2:10 on Wednesday on Masson. And the Birds are home for 3 against the Giants and 3 against Arizona. 6 straight days. That's going to do it. We again thank our friends at the Costas Inn and our new sponsor, Warnken Law. 443 results is the number, or go to warnkenlaw.com. That's Warnken, Warnken, for the best representation if you've been injured in an accident. That does it for today. For Luke Jackson, Ross Grimsley, I'm Stan the Fan. We'll see you next Monday, hopefully around 3:30 on Monday next week. Bye for now.